Hello everyone, and today I'm in Hailing Island. I'm at a beautiful resort and such a beautiful view. So there's this thing that happens here where the sun is shining and it's cold. Anyways, look at such a beautiful, peaceful island, and there are lakes here, and there are also caravans where you have the vacation homes so people can rent it out. You can also buy. Okay, you can see some for sale units. So this is where children can play. And the most similar to this in Nigeria is Lakowe Lakes.
Over a decade ago, this was Lakowe Lakes. Untouched land, raw forest, and a bold vision that only a few people believed in. Today, that belief has paid off. Those early investors are now enjoying 800% return on investment as Lakowe Lakes has grown into a world-class lifestyle destination with serene lakes, lush greenery, premium residences, and a thriving community. Now, we're extending that vision even further. Lakowe Lakes Annex presents the perfect opportunity for a new generation of homeowners and investors to step in early and own a piece of what comes next. Beautifully planned, strategically located, and only 2 minutes from the main estate. Lakowe Lakes Annex is where future value meets smart investment. This is your chance to be part of the next chapter. Own land in a community built on vision, growth, and long-term reward.
Do you know we have a land bank of 1,560 hectares of land on Lekki Expressway? Do you understand what that means? To put 1,560 hectares in perspective, that means it's like twice the size of Victoria Island. So it's not just about selling real estate. He told me what they are selling is a lifestyle. It's a place where you can live, you can walk, you can play. So they're selling community. I'm like, oh. As against what I used to do, where I just sell properties and assets, just sell in different places. This is actually about building a community, and that was what got me to be like, I'm ready to move and join this company. LNT, that's actually Lagos New Town. That's what we call our community. What's the unique selling point? One thing I've discovered over the years, Lagos is expanding in three ways. You have the Badagry, you have Ikorodu, and then you have the Lekki Expressway. One thing that makes Lekki Expressway stand out is the fact that it's the fastest growing real estate corridor. It means that if you're looking at capital appreciation for your investments, LNT is the direction to go to. And that's one key thing about investing in LNT. I sold Lakowe plots, which is in our LNT, land bank, 28 million in 10 years ago. And the clients that keyed into it, now they are selling minimum of about 120 million. Do the maths. You can't get that anywhere else. So I can tell you that LNT investment have, grown far more than any other investment that you can think of.
The vision for LNT was pretty simple. We wanted to create a location where people could live, work, and play. For us, the first strategy was creating an environment that people would be willing to live in. On that basis, we've created different types of developments within the township, all across the different spectrum of different housing types, from the affordable housing to middle income to premium to luxury housing units.
Overarching goal for LMC was to create a sustainable large community to develop housing units that will assist in bridging the deficit of housing in Africa and not just Nigeria as a whole. So LNT community is to ensure that anyone who lives in this community has total well-being. It's not just about living in a shelter, it's about living in a community. So we've taken care in designing to ensure that the houses are curated to suit different lifestyles and different age groups.
The first thing we did was to ensure that we had a clear vision, and the vision to us was to have infrastructure that is sustainable. So when we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about infrastructure that will last not just for this generation, but for generations to come.
One of the most important developments at the LNT that I'm very passionate with, you won't believe it, is the Lakowe Lakes Golf and Country Estate. And that had to do with some of the insights that we had to take in terms of how we did the rollover development. We had to take learnings from the natural thing that already exists, the natural drainage that you have, your swamps, you have to take learnings from it. Being able to take learning from what already exists might help you to even deliver something that is better.
Lakowe used to be a swamp, complete swamp. So we had to reclaim land through dredging, and the swamp area was extremely difficult to work in, and there were areas that we had to go in where we hadn't dredged yet. At the bottom of the driving range, we actually lost an excavator that got stuck in the swamp and quicksand, and it got swallowed. And when we brought the second excavator to take it out, that excavator also fell in the waters.
We have a land bank of 1,560 hectares of land on Lakowe Expressway. To put 1,560 hectares in perspective, that means it's like twice the size of Victoria Island. One thing that has really kept me in this business, is the fact that we would always deliver. When I said we would always deliver, yes, there can be delays here and there, but we would always deliver.
If I was going to script the future of LNT, is this: it's an adventure movie. And the reason why I said it's an adventure movie is based on some of the things we've gone through in the past, in terms of trying to roll out development and also integrate infrastructure into what you currently have in the environment. I can say that there's still a wide range of adventure that still lies ahead of us, because for us, in terms of how we want to develop in a way that is sustainable to the environment, in a way that supports the businesses that surround our development. And so there's still so much which we still have to offer, and it's basically an adventure.
So I'm a real estate salesperson. What motivates me, trust me, money drives me a lot. So that drives me. But apart from the money part, one thing that has really kept me in this business, is the fact that we would always deliver. When I get potential clients, when I bring clients to site, I always like to, show them the total land bank. That's why once I'm bringing my clients to site, I ask you, how many hours are you ready to give me? Because I want to wow you. It's either I start from the premium or I start from the affordable, but wherever I start from, the first thing they always talk about is the infrastructure. And that's the one thing we pride ourselves in. We don't joke with infrastructure. Go drive, take a drive through our LNT project and you will see what we've done. Starting from Beechwood Estate, which was done, years ago, you would see the kind of infrastructure that we have in place. So every time I bring clients to Lagos in town, they are always wowed. I have so many clients that, have impacted my life in one way or the other. A market trend, change is a constant thing in life. So I know that, we're always getting new things. And to ensure that I'm not behind when it comes to this information, I check, There are so many ways I tend to manage that. First thing is on social media. There's so many things that are posted out there now on social media. You need to constantly check. And one good thing about this axis is there are always new things to do, and there are things that are happening. Right now, the Lakowe Expressway is being worked on. You have the coastal road that is being worked on. You have Dangote refinery that is, up now. You have the airport. So there are things you have to constantly keep up, checking up to ensure that you know what is happening in your environment. And the way that helps me is I also send it out to my clients. So for those that have invested, I send it to them so that they know that your investment is appreciating. When it comes to real estate, there are two ways to get your appreciation. You have your capital appreciation, which is the bulk of it, and then your rental return. So I keep updating them so that they know that yes, the investment you are into is a good one and is generating returns for you on a regular basis. It can only get better. And I can see that the lifestyle that we've been talking about is actually coming out to play. Now people live in Lakowe. Now people work in Lakowe. People play in Lakowe. People, they are enjoying their investment here.